In 7th grade math, students work with many types of numbers and learn how these numbers behave in different situations. Before exploring more complex operations, it is important to understand the structure of the number system and how numbers relate to one another. This lesson will overview key vocabulary terms that students should recognize and use. To begin with, students need a solid foundation in the different categories of numbers. Natural numbers. Natural numbers are also known as counting numbers. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Natural numbers start at 1 and go on forever. They do not include 0, negatives, fractions, or decimals. Whole numbers. All of the natural numbers along with 0. They still do not include negatives, fractions, or decimals. Integers. All of the whole numbers plus their opposites. This group includes 0. Examples of integers include -12, -1, 0, 4, and 29. Positive numbers. Numbers that are greater than 0. For example, 27 and 114 and 8/10 are positive numbers. Negative numbers. Numbers that are less than 0. For example, -5 and -374 and 2/10 are negative numbers. Once students understand the categories, they can explore how decimals and fractions fit into the number system. Terminating decimal. A decimal that stops. For example, 5/10 and 1 and 278 thousandths are terminating. Repeating decimal. Decimals that repeat a pattern forever. 0.333 repeating is an example of a repeating decimal. Rational number. Any number that can be written as a fraction a over b with integers and b does not equal 0. Rational numbers include all fractions and decimal numbers that terminate or repeat. Next, students work with numbers that relate to each other in specific ways. Opposite. Two numbers with a sum of 0. For example, the opposite of 8 is -8. The opposite of -4 is 4. Zero pair. A pair of numbers whose sum is 0. For example, 15 and -15 are a 0 pair. -45 and 5/10 and 45 and 5/10 are another 0 pair. These final terms prepare students for solving equations and understanding more advanced operations. Additive inverse. Two numbers are additive inverses if they add to 0. For example, 5 and -5 are additive inverses, as are -7 and 1/2 and 7 and 1/2. Multiplicative inverse. Two numbers are multiplicative inverses if they multiply to make a product of 1. For example, 7 and 1/7 are multiplicative inverses, as are -3/4 and -4/3. Absolute value. The distance a number is from 0 on a number line. Absolute value is always non-negative. For example, the absolute value of -7 is 7. The absolute value of 4 is 4.